Hello everyone, we are gonna jump right into the video games today. Now, we only have one goal today, because I did all the liminality dungeons already, off stream. I'd already technically done 2 of them by accident, turns out, and the last one was like a level 3 dungeon, so I figured it wasn't worth anyone's time. But today we are doing the Parasite Dragon, I think is its name. And it resides at Delta Hideous Someone's Giant. So off we go. You know, there. One nice thing about what we're doing today is I have new emotes. That has nothing to do with the game, but I have emotes, like professionally done emotes now, and I will show them to you if you would like. Here we go. I'll grab this one. So as you can see, I got them off Fiverr from Christine Naoi. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but that's her thing. And so she made these. So all 5 of these are available for anyone who subscribes, and you can also use channel points to unlock stuff. I think the RingCon one I like quite a bit. I feel like it'll get some use during Ring Fit Adventure Days. I also have 2 food-related ones, pizza and chicken, which I had for lunch today, and then a little cooking person. Cooking one down in the bottom right. So it's cute, it's fun, I like it. The character is the same character that I have for my profile picture that my friend made for me a long time ago. Now, one of the things that I got while running around doing stuff is the Scarab Earring, which, as you can see, has okay defense and evade from magic, but most importantly, it has Rip Mine, or Mine, I'm not sure how they're going to pronounce it, but it's a revive, so that's pretty good. I'm thinking I'm going to see if Mistral wants it. I also am not sure if her Almighty one's better than that or not, but we'll see. I also got this, the Kaga Yuzin, which has charm and occasional damage, but most importantly, look at that attack stat for magic. 10. That is massive. It also gives you a pretty big boost to preventing poison and those things. So that's also something that I'm planning on giving to Mistral, because it will be really good for her. And yeah. Oh, the earring was the other thing I was going to check. I think that goes here, so 310. Hi, buddy. So I'll give you this. And also, it looks like I forgot to actually take out that item. There you go. Received. No. No. You were gonna equip that Mistral. Like 9. Maybe I should give her the other thing. Now she loses Ruzat, unfortunately, but she gets Charm and also massive attack change. So that's great. I know that generally we carry Mr. on for healing purposes, but also she hits nice and hard when we do have her do stuff, so it's worth it, I think. Alright, so I think that I'm good to go. I'm gonna save before we do anything. And I feel like there was a recommendation. Oops. There was a recommendation about not bringing magic characters into this fight or something like that. Or maybe that was a recommendation for Skaith. I don't remember. But this is my party. Favorite party, generally speaking. So off we go. Level 30 and protected. But they gave us a virus core, right? That's actually what I have right now in my cup. Delicious. Also, today was the Nintendo Direct. Fun fact. I didn't actually catch it live, but I watched the trailers afterwards, and then someone was kind enough to timestamp the video in a comment. Boom. Here we are. What a view. I missed her. Does his arm pass through the ship or no? Look at this dominance. The ultimate T-pose. I believe that you can only do this dungeon once, but I could be wrong. Also, I'm going to be using berry orbs. I know normally I like to test things out, and, or not test, that's the wrong word. Nice. Minstrel, you're on first aid duty. And I am on smack the Mew Guardians with wood duty. Also, I should probably, when we get out of this battle, I'll have Black Rose strengthen us as well. There we go. Good. Go, 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 go. Oh, not equipment. Stop it. Bad analog stick. Bad. Perfect. I'm just checking. I don't have any, right? No strengthens. Here. That makes sense. So yeah, there's a number of games that look pretty good though. Mother 1 and 2 used to only be available with the Wii U, and now they're available on the Switch NES thing, so that's pretty good. Do I have a Mage's Soul? No. Mistral does though. It's weird, you can't tell them to use an item, interestingly enough. But yeah, I'm gonna pop open that Nintendo Direct video real quick, just so I can open up the list, because my memory is not great. So, but there's a free update for Dread that is, you know, okay. I'm looking forward to Boss Rush mode, which it's not coming out now, but they've released Dread difficulty and Rookie difficulty. Rookie difficulty for game journalists who can't bother to do their jobs properly, and Dread mode for masochists, for people who don't mind dying in one hit. Like, that's literally it. You die if you get hit. That's a good bit there. Oh, Jesus, Mistral. Wrecked. Also, fun fact, in an end guide that I was reading for this, like, so they had a couple strategies, and one of the more interesting strategies was to give a Wave Master the entire Goblin set. And then boost them up. Oh, darkness. And then boost them with Beast Blood, I think it is. God damn it. Rolling Dark, I think is what I want. Or Soul Blitz? I don't actually know. Do I want Swirling Dark level 2 or... They're both the same, as far as I think that is concerned. Well, leveled up, but Mistral. You have full SP and I have no health. Help me out.
Golden egg.
But yeah, Dread mode is die in one hit mode, which doesn't... Okay, like, it's bad. It would be really hard. But also, at the same time, I think it's pretty doable. With the exception of, like, the underwater zones with all the fish and how easy it is to get bonked accidentally there. It wouldn't actually be that bad, because having played hard mode and gotten the speedrun for that, or I don't know if speedrun's the right word for it, but the thing. Jesus, that works very well. Go ahead and use your skills, guys. I might data drain this one. Big might, though. Thank you. Mistral's thing. Wore off. But when you do the hard mode and such, it's already pretty easy to die in like 3 to 4 hits or so. So honestly, not getting hit at all isn't actually that big of a jump, weirdly enough. Or at least it doesn't seem like that big of a jump to me. I'm not gonna get it. Actually, maybe I can. Get him. Dante. Razine. I wonder if the rebook that counts all the different monster encounters, there's probably a lot that are hidden behind data drain, I bet. Dante's Blades. Twin Darkness and Blazing Wheel. Oh, that's pretty nice. And Skill Drain. Those are not bad looking, actually. Yeah. So Fire and Dark. They're actually not as good. Well, they don't have Confused, but the darkness wise, they overshadow the Soul Blades. Interestingly enough. Huh, neat. I'll keep these equipped for a little bit. Why not? But yeah, I don't know if I'll actually play Dread mode. Maybe for fun one of these days. But probably not a full stream of it, I would think. Or a full playthrough. I mean, you know, a full stream, but not a full playthrough. Yeah, yep, I'm on data drain you. deal. But yeah, Dread mode and Rookie mode aside, oh, they're only virus code these. I am looking forward to the boss rush mode that they're adding to Dread though. That does seem like it'll be fun because the bosses are definitely one of the more fun parts, I think. Of Dread, I mean. Yeah. There were a couple other good announcements at the Direct. I've never played a Splatoon game. I've played a demo before, but I've never actually owned and played one. And Splatoon 3 came out, and the music in its trailer reminded me of Drakengard. Like, it was just horrible and schizophrenic and loud and bonky. But, you know, listenable at the same time. So that was fun. I think the most surprising announcement to me wasn't like that Xenoblade got another thing added in, but that they're releasing Chrono Cross, like a remastered version of Chrono Cross, including Radical Dreamers, which was the I believe the Japanese only release for the text adventure that kind of was a prelude to the game and explained like a bunch of lore in it and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. I know a few people who are going to be pretty happy about that, who are pretty big fans of Chrono Cross. Despite its bizarre battle system. Like, I still get confused whenever I see that game. But it is neat. And, I still haven't decided what I want to do. Like, I've been, like, ever since they announced Triangle Strategy and I laughed at its name, I've been thinking about it. I don't play a lot of tactical RPGs because they get, they're like such a massive time sink just for like one mission, and then you die, but then you know what you need to do the next time you play it, and so it feels like a lot of the time you end up doing oh Jesus, you end up like playing a thing over and over again. Or at least twice every single time. And I don't know if I like that, but I do like its look. Like, it's very Octopath Traveler. At the same time, I never actually finished Octopath Traveler, so. And I know that I don't think they're actually related, but still. The voice acting makes me crack up, though. Like, all the lines are delivered so flatly in the trailer, but they're clearly meant to be like they're meant to be people like shouting to crowds and motivating people and being charismatic speakers and everything like that, but they are definitely not. Ah, there's the boss room. Oh, this is a small dungeon. For some reason I was expecting this to be like a 5-floor dungeon, but I guess not. Let's check out Dante's. Let's see how good this Twin Darkness is here. Alright. Not close enough for data drain, apparently. I'm trying to unlock data. What is it called? There's a second form of data drain that you unlock after you suck hard enough, long enough. I forget its name, but I think it lets you data drain more than one at a time. But I don't actually data drain that much. Oh, holy crap! Something that isn't Dark or Earth. Oh, never mind. Come here, you. Also, Mistral buddy, old pal. Blink. Alright, one more portal, I think. And Mistral leveled up. Congrats, Mistral. How would you like, nothing, because I don't have anything that I actually want to give you. Although Mistral is once again missing. What is that? Like, that keeps going away. I don't know why. Is she casting a spell that's removing it from her? for that. Although that is expensive, isn't it? 45. Surprised she got paralyzed. Alright, hold on. Hey, buddy. Rather than actually heal you, I'm just gonna do that because I know that we can take this out. Oh, hey, Switchman. My day's going alright. Yeah, I bet you're pretty excited about Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings being available on the Switch, I bet.
Bloody egg.
Who knows? I mean, I bet you it was really easy for them to do because it's been available in the Wii U store shop thing for a long time, right? But who knows? Maybe if enough people play it, then they'll actually like consider bringing Mother 3 over finally. Maybe. Probably not, but let's have some hope, right? Though I will say the, not the Earthbound one, but the Kirby trailer made me like laugh and want to vomit at the same time when Kirby swallowed the car, but then didn't really become a cute little car. He was just like wrapping it around and you could still see it poking out. It was kind of weird. Though I do like that they're adding like something new to the Kirby series like that. So a lot of good stuff today. Additional Mario Kart Strikers and Nintendo Sports. Yeah. I haven't actually watched the Mario Kart like expansion stuff yet. I didn't see the trailer. But I watched a few of the trailers. And they all look pretty decent too. And like the Xenoblade stuff makes me want to start watching Desert Peace streams because he's been playing through Xenoblade Chronicles, and I assume he'll do 2 as well. Because I don't think that I really have the time to play through them right now. That, and I was kind of intrigued by Front Mission First. It has big mechs in it. I don't know too much about the series in general, but I like big robots, so that was intriguing to me. Alright, let's go. Wait. That's the wrong way. Hold on, sorry, I'm stupid. Alright, time to fight the parasite. And I believe we want to data drain it, I think. There it is. Ooh, music. Magic tolerant. Oh, I see. Very well, Mistral, you are on first aid duty. Holy shit, you are definitely on first aid duty because that hurt like hell. Maybe Master Blades then? Yeah, Master Blades would make sense. That was a lot of pain. Like, holy shit, that was a lot. Mistral, buddy, pal, first aid. So if he's magic resistance, do these count as that? Hold on. What? Holy shit, Mistral. Or sorry, Parasite Dragon. Fuck yeah, Mistral has revive. I am very happy that I gave her that that item. Increase target's water element. I don't know if that would help her. She's confused. Cool. So this is the hardest boss in the game. Fun fact. Okay. As you can see, it hits extremely hard. Luckily, Mistral is on her A game right now. Holy fuck. Help. Thanks, Mistral. See, the funny thing is that, like, a lot of the strategies that I saw around this say not to bring a magic user because they don't do any damage, and to just bring, like, 2 heavy tanks to help them out. But, I think this is fine. Having Mistral do her job and like actually heal us and whatnot makes a lot of sense. Mistral. Thanks. And also, go Black Rose. Look at her tank those hits. Like, 6 health left, but she's tanking them. She's doing good. Let's try to keep this going. Not the most amazing thing gameplay-wise, I guess. Like, Skaith was a little bit more exciting to watch, but it is what it is. Should do that. I wonder... I mean, none of these work, so maybe not. I could do this though. I don't know if speed charms actually affect casting speed, but if they do, then that will help. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, that's fine. It happens. It's cool. Don't worry about it. As long as one of us is alive so that it doesn't walk over to Mistral and take her out, we'll be fine. And I feel like we should get the data drain pop soon. Come on. Ooh. Please. Mistral, you are the best. I am so happy that I gave her that scarab earring before this. That's gonna be for her. Oh, fuck. That was the worst time for her to die. I was about to have her do strengthening magic on Mistral. Why isn't the data drain popping? Is it under 1,000 that's gonna do it? There it is. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I need 10 SP. Yes. Viral infection has spread. You now have Hyakidoran. Oh, he's a cute little dragon. Come here, little shithead. Eat it. Win.
This monster turned the airship into a living creature.
Indeed. Indeed it did. That wasn't so bad. I think the key thing there was to have, like, one person on one side and another on the other. That way you always had to turn around. What are these? So attack is 32, attack is 21 for magic. Accuracy for magic goes up quite a bit. It's got negative water, which is kind of garbage. So really good fire resistance, obviously. Flame Dance and Blazing Oil. So 2 level 2 fire bits. So it's good for fire, that's for sure. It also has critical hit, looks like. Added effect during battle, possible chance of inflicting double damage. That's nice. So I could keep this around and Twin Dragons is fire, right? So that's Master Blades. Also Dante's Blades have fire as well. So overall, I mean, its attack stats better than the Master Blades by a wee bit. So, oh hey, Tanis. Enjoy your Phasmophobia. I just beat the hardest boss in the game. It was much easier than expected. I thought this was going to take an hour, not a half hour. Oops. So sadly, I now have nothing to do in this game. I mean, besides dungeon crawling and what have you. Maybe I'll give one of these to Natsume. She could use some. We use them, that'd be fine. I suppose I do have grunty raising to do, but I am not actually that interested in that. So, kind of good. Though I don't think, now that I think about it, I haven't shown anyone like what it's like when you go to an area and actually use the grunty thing. Let me show you the joy of the grunty flute. Key item. There are no grunties. Oh, I had to be on Theta server. 1 second. Forgot about that. Oh, and now that I think about it, I believe we should see... Oh, I should have checked the alley. I believe we have ghosts now as well. I think. Maybe? Maybe not? For some reason, I thought after we beat that dungeon, we get the .hex sign characters start appearing, but maybe they don't until the next game. I'm just gonna look around real quick to see if I have any. But yucky. Have I talked to Henri before? One wood. Oh, I have. Oh, ooh, no, I missed her. Okay, she wants holy sap. I have holy sap. Hold on. Hold on, Henri. Stay right there. I don't have holy sap. Oh. Oh. Well then. So I missed a spot. If we want this, we need 25 holy sap. So it's it's time to grind. All right, ready? This is like the worst thing on the planet, but it's fine. Don't even worry about it. We have to go break pots. So new keyword. I'm gonna go ahead and go to GameFAQs. The GameFAQs GameSpot forums are great because people have found things for this kind of thing. Collapsed. Collapsed despaired Haifa. Alright, so this is like the worst part of the game, honestly. I spared you all the process of getting all 5 other stat boosting items. Are there some new items? Oh god, evil pumpkin! Holy shit, he does damage. What are you? He's darkness, so we need lightning. Which I have? No. Which I don't have. Huh, look at that. But we can do. Yank. And get a scroll out. And plasma storm. There we go. Jeez, that was a hell of a start. So I'm not going to do the full dungeon. And I said that I'd show you what the grunty flute does. So here you go. Yeah! Look at him. Look at this French little grunty. Sadly, I can only do it out here in the field. Yeah, so that's grunties. That's the point of the grunty flute. Can run around a field without being attacked by enemies. Thank you. See if she gets off another one. Alright, she's buffed herself. Wanna... Thanks. Could be ideal, I think, if you do the other one on Mistral as well. Yep, alright, good enough for me. So our goal here is not to do the entire dungeon, but to find a room where there are pots to break. And hopefully like 12 pots. And then we run between the rooms back and forth repeatedly until we have 25 holy sap. That's it. That's the big strat. Oh boy. Mistral, help me. Oh, he's physical tolerant, that's why. Oh wait, I do have Thunder Coil. Huh. I'm dumb. I'm very dumb. Well, that counts as physical, I guess. Alright, we're gonna be relying on Mistral to kill those. And fire. Alright, this is an interesting dungeon so far. But I think I see a room that we can use. I hope. The chest room up ahead. Ouch. Use your skills. And also I kinda want to data drain this. I don't think I've data drained one yet. Because Mistral kills them too fast. Bloop. Whee! Go ahead and skip the cutscene up. Virus Core B. Yeah. Oh, he's a little ghosty. He looks almost like Monsieur. Hold on, wait. Ah, darn. Okay, almost there. Oh god, okay. Mistral, it's all you, buddy. Mistral? Mistral. Shoot, wrong one. And bonk. There we go. The joy of having way too many scrolls. Okay, but we're probably not gonna go much further, honestly. Well, assuming anyway. We're about to find out. Is this one good? It is. Awesome. So, this is the horrible part of the night. So we have 7 holy sap in our storage, which is great. And now we are going to try to get... Oh, there we go. Now we have 8. So 17 more. And sometimes you get a good break like this, where you get a ton of holy sap. Okay. And other times you go like 2 to 3 loads and you get nothing the entire time, like not even potions. But it's honestly not the worst thing to do. Specifically before you do Skaith and the Parasite Dragon, because as you can see, when you pop open each pot, if you're not getting holy sap, you're getting restoratives, antidotes, and then if you're in a dungeon that's level 25 or up, you get healing potions instead of health drinks. And healing potions give you 400 health back, so they're rather useful. They're also more expensive as far as I know, but I don't think I've ever bought a healing potion from the store. I don't think, because you pretty much always just have some in doing this kind of crap. But yeah, sometimes it's like this though, you basically get nothing. The nice thing is though that you can only have 99 of each item, and then you're not allowed to have any more, but you can gift the items over to your fellows, your teammates and such, and it stays with them, it stays in their inventory. So the reason why, if we take a peek here at Black Rose, she has health drinks and antidotes and 15 restoratives in the first place, and same with Mistral, is because when I hit 99, I just dump like 15 of each over into each of their inventories and call it a day. And it's useful since like the skills that let them cure you and those kind of things are few and far between. Though Black Rose tends to have them for some reason. I don't really understand why, but it's just kind of the way it is. Now, if I could do this with one hand, I would, and then we could like play tier maker or something on the side. But sadly I don't have that. And I've already done the Rodel for the day. Though I kind of forgotten what it was. I know a really good starting word for it though. If you start with Roman, you get like 3 of the letters, I think. Something like that. Not in the right place, but so. Also, I could be collecting golden eggs, I guess, if I were to run out of the other room. Nice. Also, 10 holy sap. Okay, we need more. I'll go ahead and grab this. We might as well, like, you know, farm some food and such as well. So as far as things to do besides the Parasite Dragon today, or really besides .hack today, I did finish installing FL Studio. I have yet to fool around with it yet, but I have thought about, you know, fiddling with it on stream at some point for fun, just like a just chatting stream or something, while we fiddle with like the piano and random effects that you can do with it and everything else, because I do like making music. I don't do it that often nowadays, but I did used to do it quite a bit back in high school. Not with FL Studio, but with Guitar Pro, actually. A lot of MIDI files in my life. And then for a while I was using flat.io to make things like the intro/outro music that I throw on whenever I put on the like ending screen or starting screen. That's made in flat.io. But I really enjoyed all the weird effects that you could do with FL Studio that I saw Eliminate doing when I was binging a lot of his videos. And it turns out it has a free trial version that is a very interesting trial. Like, you have everything, but you can't reopen projects. Like, if you save it, that's it, I guess. You can export though, and import. So you can like export your project and then import it again to like kind of sort of inconveniently save it, I guess. But still, I want to fool around with it on my own first though, I think, because otherwise like it might just be like an hour of me trying to figure out something and not getting anything at all. And I feel like that would just frustrate me and not necessarily make for a fun stream per se. wink. That said, while we do this, we can kind of talk about whatever we want, honestly. Like, anime. When in doubt, anime. I did watch more of Takagi-san, and I am getting more used to Rie Takahashi's voice coming out of the Five Heads character and not equating it with MASH every single time. So she's becoming her own person to me, which is good. And it's cute. It is like they captured the charm. Yeah, the charm. They captured the charm of the comic pretty well, I think, with the anime. So I'm not really surprised that it got 3 seasons. I'm still only on the first one, but it's still pretty great that it got 3. So I have plenty to watch when I'm going through my backlog, or when I'm procrastinating my backlog, I should say. And today was one of the rare days, it seems, this season that I had a new episode of something to watch. Though I did catch up with some stuff that came out that I hadn't watched before. Like before work, I watched the newest episode of Princess Connect. Because while I normally watch them with a friend, she's been very absent recently. And so I've been watching them on my own and then rewatching them when she has the time to actually watch them with me. And given the pace, by the time that she gets around to actually watching it, I've forgotten it. Or forgotten mostly what happened by then, so it's still kind of fresh for me. But it's good. I feel like they're putting in more plot. And I don't mean plot as in breasts, I mean plot as an actual plot into the Princess Connect stuff. Like, it's only episode 5 and they're already throwing in memory flashbacks, getting towards the truth of the world with the bugs and the shadows, and also having Pecorina meet up with the queen and have not a fight, but a battle of the wills, I suppose, to some extent, before the queen gets bored of her and sends her back because she decides that she's not quite ripe. Her suffering is not ready to be harvested yet. The queen is such an edgelord, and she has floofy eyebrows, and I hate them. I don't know where it started. I know where I first noticed it, and when it felt like it started getting more popular was, what's her name? Not Echidna. What's the stupid witch in ReZero who has white hair, pours her urine out for him to drink as tea or whatever it is in the witch's party? It begins with E. It's etch something. She sees the future or some bullshit. It's etch something. But she has the fluffy eyebrows that don't look I really don't think they look good. And unfortunately, it seems like that's kind of become a thing that people like to throw on their characters nowadays. Specifically, villainous characters, it seems. I don't know why, ultra heavy mascara. Sorry, I had to think of the word. Why ultra heavy mascara is associated with evil things now, but I guess it is. Or if you have white hair, I suppose. The real question is Sephiroth going to put on that much mascara because he's evil and has white hair? That's all I need to know as far as the next installment of Final Fantasy VII goes. What a weird sentence that is. Oh, that was a waste. My bad. Should have just done that in here. Thank you. As you can tell, this is an extremely interesting and rewarding thing. There we go. We now have 25. But since I didn't harvest them before, I'm slightly worried, actually. Because typically there's 2 characters who you trade the same item for. 2 people who want Holy Sap, 2 people who want Burning Oil, yada yada. Which is why I collected 50 of each before. The thing is that I'm pretty sure I had at least 25 of these before. So my thought is that maybe I traded in one and got it, and that's why I was down to 7. But I'm not entirely sure. I don't really mind farming like another 25 of these, but if you got something to do, you need to go take a shower, you need to fix yourself dinner, eat dinner, watch a funny YouTube video, you know, something for like the next 10 minutes, I'll be here. Don't worry about it. I'll still be here. I have too many healing potions. Hey buddy, you have 15 antidotes and black rose so you don't feel left out. You can have 17 healing potions. Congratulations. So, in case you're wondering how I managed to get so many health drinks and potions and those things before the fight with Skaith and the Parasite Dragon, this is how. The farming to get the bonus items, the attribute items, is exactly how I did. But besides Princess Connect, which the new episode didn't even start today, a new episode of Police in a Pod came out, and it was about dating, or well, not the whole thing. The whole thing wasn't about dating, but there was a short, like, I don't know, like 7-minute. It wasn't the full focus, but I guess it was about half the episode was spent on the troubles of police people trying to go on dates at mixers and those things, and living up to other people's expectations, I guess. Like the two male detectives are off in a mixer, and like they ham up and like play up how dangerous their job is, or those things, while the 2 female officers try to do the opposite, basically, so that they don't scare away the salarymen that they're trying to woo to become their sugar daddies, basically. And the 2 detectives are really happy to be having a mixer with 2 nurses, because they see nurses as like the best thing for a police officer to date, because they have like decent jobs. So if like the police person has to move for a new precinct or those things, like it's not too hard for them to get something there, or to have like a fallback. And then like the police people's benefits are really good, I guess, which is good for everyone. And and that because the policeman's job is so difficult and like stressful, that having someone loving and like caring like a nurse is just a good match. This is the detective's logic. And unfortunately for the detectives and for the sergeant and the main character, their mixer rooms are right next to each other at the bar, so they can overhear each other through the like paper walls. So they just keep commenting on how the other people just keep lying. It's good. And then the second half of the episode is about how police cars cause more accidents than they solve sometimes, and some people getting chewed out and whatnot. It's good. It's a good show. I enjoy it. It's if you're looking for Cops the anime, it is not, but just it's good stuff. How are we doing? 23. We now have 30 if we take the ones in the storage into account, which means only 20 more. Which, if we're lucky, we'll get quickly. If we are unlucky, it will take a while. I've had varying luck as far as this goes. Like, I think it was burning oil and well water I got really fast. Like 10 minutes each. I got really lucky, I think, with that. And then sports drink took like an hour by itself, which sucked. And I mean, I got plenty of restoratives and everything else, right? But still, doing this for an entire hour was a pain. That said, when I'm, you know, doing this on my own and not live, I can throw on Clone Wars or a TV show that I don't have to like read to listen to / watch, and I can enjoy that. But while on stream, I'm not gonna do that, obviously, for copyright reasons, and you know, I don't really feel like getting my channel banned because, well, for obvious reasons, and also because I just got the emotes that I paid or commissioned an artist for and whatnot and put them on the channel, so it would kind of suck to get stuck and throw them back to square zero. Though who knows, it might not be the worst thing if it did happen. Oh, I have 99 antidotes. Hi. Guess what? Got some antidotes. And let's head off the restoratives as well. And we already gave Black Rose a bunch of healing potions, so you can have some healing potions instead. You're gonna give me something too, right? Yeah. Here. Don't worry, you'll be next. Next time I hit 99, you'll get all the stuff. Plop. It always surprises me how quickly they use items, though. Like, you can't designate them to use it, and I kind of feel like the AI is pretty productive as far as like trying to use up items. So they burn through them really quick when you tell them to do them. So I mean, there's no items thing, but they kind of default to using them, it seems, when they get like confused and then you tell them to do first aid and they don't have the spell. As you would expect. That's good. So I guess this is taking up the remaining time for my planned stream time. My thought had been, before I realized we needed to farm Holy Zap, my thought had been to maybe swap to like the just chatting category and then open up Tier Maker and a window share that one window, and then do silly tiers or something fun like that. But I don't know if I'll do that tonight. So while we farm, the other thing is obviously tomorrow we're playing Ring Fit. That's a given. It's Thursday. Gross, only 3. For the other game though, I don't know yet. We played Final Fantasy XIV last night and beat Heaven's Ward, which I mean, like, I knew I was near the end. I didn't expect it to beat it on stream, so that was kind of an unexpected bonus. I don't know if I want to stream more of that tomorrow. Do some Celeste or World of Horror, or maybe like look into something else, maybe like some demos or something like that. There is, I was looking at this earlier today, Star Wars Squadrons is on sale for $12, which is 70% off, which is a really good deal. And I've been eyeing it for a while, and I keep not doing it because it requires an EA account. And I honestly don't remember if I have one. But I mean, like the last time that I really played a Star Wars flight game was probably like Rogue Squadron for the N64. I think I rented the GameCube one. And I played X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter on the PC, like in the late 90s. I think that was the late 90s. And those were like my favorite. I never beat them. I was not great at them. But I loved the flexibility that you had where you could swap the like balance between shields, blasters, and engines. So you could divert power from one thing to another. And I believe that's put back in with the squadrons, I think. So I'm kind of... I would like to play that and enjoy it, I think. But between the EA account and then scrolling down and looking at the reviews are awful right now. They just had a free weekend this past weekend, and there's a lot of reviews with like a half hour to 45 minutes on record of people who played it this weekend and like didn't have a good time or found that like a lot of the servers were empty, which isn't a problem for me because I'd just be doing the single player probably. There was one review that was a recommend that he or she played through the campaign during the free weekend in its entirety and beat it. So I know it's probably not that long of a campaign, is my guess. Like probably not more than 10 hours would be my assumption. If someone's beating it in a weekend and assuming they're doing something else with their time besides that. So I don't know, that feels like it could be kind of a good half stream kind of game. Considering Ring Fit takes an hour. And then I have another hour or so before I know that I'll get tired. Yesterday, I mean, I did like, what? 2 hours of Final Fantasy 14 after an hour of Ring Fit, something like that. So it wasn't too bad. There's also that Unbeatable game. But I don't know the status of the music in that game, if it gets copyright claimed or not. So I don't really know if I want to try to play it on stream. I've played it already a little bit, and I don't know if you can trigger the little story element again, the little intro part. So, not sure. There is a little bit of a story bit in it, but a very, very small, like, kind of intro thing before they throw you into the tutorial. And I honestly couldn't figure out how to start the game for a while. Like, you start the game and, like, go through a couple screens, and then you're outside of a garage. And I was, like, jumping up onto the roof of the building and trying to figure out how to proceed to the right. But really, you have to go to the left and go through the door to enter the garage where the band is, which, like, makes sense because they're a garage band, but also like was not obvious at all that you could actually go into the door. There you go, Black Rose. Enjoy. The other thing I noticed about last night's stream is that Final Fantasy 14 was way too quiet. Like, I didn't realize this until I was exporting and cutting up the VOD this morning. But you can, like, basically not hear Final Fantasy 14 at all from last night's stream. And I probably forgot to change a level somewhere because I could hear it fine in my headphones. But my guess is that the combination of me generally keeping the volume that comes through the game in OBS like slightly lower, and then also generally having Final Fantasy be low so I can watch something while I play it. Yeah, it was very much that stream. Sorry, that meme that I showed the other day at the end of the stream with the new streamer going, "So when do I stop accidentally muting my microphone?" And then Invincible's dad saying nothing in reply. I still have it, I can show it to you, so you don't feel completely at a loss about what I'm talking about here. this one. It was very much that, to some extent. The game itself wasn't muted, I promise you, because it was, I could hear it, and it's not muted on OBS's output. It's just that it was really quiet. Which is kind of shitty, because I wasn't reading the dialogue out loud because the characters were actually saying it. So I thought, you know, you could all hear it, but that was wrong. Alright, apparently I'm having a lucky room right now. Getting at least 2 holy saps in the same go. How are we doing? 42. I need 1 more holy sap. 1 more. 1 more. It's gonna be like 2 room loads, isn't it? Oh, the desire sensor is here. Is it escaped? It's got your hell. There it is. Awesome. I'll finish breaking these just because, and then we will leave. Like I said, I don't intend on doing this. Like, Black Rose, Mistral, myself, we're all level 32? 31? We're all level 32, so we're ready for the next game. If I recall correctly, Mutation starts you at level 28 or 30, one of those. So it expects you to be around here. So I'm actually a little bit over leveled for the beginning of the next game, it looks like. Not to mention that since I've spent the time doing this grinding and everything else to get these attribute items and everything like that, you know, we have rare items and good equipment that will start us off in a good place for Mutation. Granted, we are not going to start .hack Mutation until next week. Next Monday. Ooh, wait, not next Monday. Ooh, good thing I remembered. Starting next week, there will be no Monday stream. For the next 9 weeks? No. We need to find Henri again. I feel like there's a good chance that she's probably not going to be in the server, and we'll have to swap back and forth. What are you going to use your ninja skills to do? Perfect. Cyan. All about well water. Yuji. Draw the holy sap. Heavy, we've already dealt with before. I don't think Henri is loaded at the moment, unfortunately for me. Rozoki. Plus heavy. Yeah. That is one of the unfortunate things. Is that the characters that you actually need to trade with don't always spawn. And they also move between servers. I mean, it's meant to be immersive in that, you know, they're supposed to be like real people playing an MMO. So they're not always online. They pop out between different things. They do what they want, right? Unfortunately, it makes it rather hard to consistently trade with them. Koji. Let's check the group of people. Because it's way more helpful when they show up in here. Yuji. Osugian Crest. Oh, nice dad joke. Also, I want to go check out the alley. I must be getting confused between like mutation and outbreak and the dot hex sign appearances. Because I think at some point one of the characters appears here. But for whatever reason I thought it just happened like after you beat the game. Like in each volume you'd get people. But maybe that starts with mutation perhaps? Okay. Are you here? Sachiko, Koji. No Henri. So we spent, you know, however much time farming to get the holy sap. And now we have to, it's not really farming, but we have to respawn the servers until the person we want to trade with actually shows up. I don't think any of them are tied to one server. I don't think. But just in case, you know, Teria, you were the sports strength lady, which I already got your item. John. Klima. What a name, Klima. Sounds like a disease. There is a character over there. Hi, Waffle. You're about cookbile. Mayonnaise. I know his name's not Mayonnaise, but I can't help but think of that. Yuji, Alpha, Ichigo, and Panta. Panta is also another one of the trading peoples. They're pure water, which I've already done. Hi, Susie.
My name is Susie the Stray Grunty.
Yeah?
I just love this town. Why, you ask? That's none of your business.
I don't like that the grunties have shrunken heads for collars. It's a wee bit disturbing. Black Rose, you wanna hunt down Henri for me? We're so close. She's yellow, right? I think she's a yellow long arm. I think. Big. Rust again. Mayonnaise. Terry again. Alright, it's not here. Let's do this. Let's log out, then log back in. I don't know if it will really cycle the characters, but I hope it does. Do. Cyan. Tim. Have I talked to Tim actually? Golden Axe. Yeah, I'm good. Waffle again. So, other trading NPCs, but not the one I want. Acerola. Sounds like a chemical agent for like removing things, like stains or something. Sema. Stare. I think Stare is a trader as well. Lotto Benkei. Yeah, for pure water. Grid, Cossack leader, John. And that's it? Looks like. Grid, huh? Keep it on forever, man. I'll try, I guess. I'll try to keep it on until we can trade for the last attribute item. At the very least. Is that you? No. I can blame the late script on the server crashing. Okay, bye. Cyan, how come you aren't Cyan? These are simple questions. Okay. Swap servers. See if we can find her over there. This is rather unfortunate, I think. Area, stare, big, UG. That one. Akuchi. Request. Alright. Roll the dice. Were we lucky? John, M78, and Borsch, M78. No. Nope. The good thing about Makanu is that when you run towards the portal, a couple people will always come out. Like Henri, hi! Oh, you're a wave master. You're not a long arm. Also, nice, like, orange boots. They don't match. Give me this, please. Thank you. Hey, Krill. There we go. Last one done. Pretty sure. Dun-da-la. We now have wood. And no need to hold on to these anymore. Very good. All right. So, in the first half hour of the stream, Krill, we beat the Parasite Dragon. He was much, much easier than expected. And so for the last half hour, I have been grinding Holy Saps because we ran into Henri. Did I get the data in? I did. There it is. This piece of garbage with -5 accuracy. No, I'm kidding. It's not it's not garbage, but it does have bad stats for accuracy and for water. So I also got Dante Blades from draining Mew Guardians, and yeah, it's not bad. The secret boss is to protect breaking these games with a pain in the ass. It broke like when I got it down to 1,000. So it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. Also, the real thing that like saved the day was this lovely lady. Do you know why? Give you by the time I save and then open up the status menu to figure out why she was the best. You've killed them without protect breaks before. Do you get a lot of experience for that? My hope is yes. This, because Mistral OP. That and also Rip Main. So it was myself, Black Rose, and Mistral in the dungeon. And Black Rose sat in front of its face, I sat in front of its butthole, and then Mistral stayed back and had Rig Same, or whichever one it is that gives back SP. And Mistral sat back, kept healing us while Black Rose, took hits, and then I took hits and died, and then Mistral would make me be alive again. Black Rose would take hits, get down to 6 health, I'd throw a health drink at her, and it was good. So, it was nice. I've done all the liminality dungeons as well, which is why we have fancy things like soul blades and ice bar as well, amongst other things. But I'm not totally convinced that these, like this one is better. Like its pure attack stat is the best because it's 32, but the Master Blades seem better to me. Like Master Blade and Soul Blades have really good, have really good stats for this kind of stuff. So it's good. Did I get the sign appearances? No, that's the one thing I haven't done, and I thought that they appeared like once you finished, but I don't know what I'm missing. And so I was trying to like theorize it. I haven't actually gone and looked up a guide around anything, but I thought they just appeared. Like after you did stuff, you had to go to specific places. Oh, I didn't see that in any of the non-spoiler guides. You sure that happens in Infection? Just double checking. Because like I recall that like this is a place where you get a ghost. Right, like they appear like right here, but they're clearly not here. And then same thing like in Theta. Remember one appearing near the gate and one appearing near the Grunties, I think. Search around the backwards of the town, hidden forbidden holy ground, so you had to get them in order. Well, let's start with Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground. How about that? Come on, Mistral. You're going on a date with me. Let's see. Any nice people here? Yippee! Normal. You know, any normal person who saw this would assume that Aura had done something horribly wrong, or was like some demon thing. You'll look them up for me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Where's my giant twilight eye? Okay, check the mailer. I don't think I've checked the mail since we beat the parasite. Anything new? Nope, nothing. Check the BBS. Stuff's the mailer. Event character. Always hero Zeit stuff. I haven't done this yet. I forget. I saw someone posted a good one that you could use for a pretty quick clear, but it's not tag virus maybe. The fandoms don't appear till Volume 2 since time was still being made when Volume 1 released. Okay, so it is starting a mutation. That's what I was thinking earlier. I was like, I remember them appearing after the end game. But then I was like, maybe it's not until Mutation's endgame? But okay, so that's good. So I think I'm done with Infection. We have, the only thing I didn't do was raise a bunch of Grunties, and I don't really feel inclined to do that. because it's not that important to me at the moment. Let's watch a movie. Who wants to listen to German? Even if you're satisfied, there's nothing that makes you move on with your patience if you got 100%. I did all the liminality dungeons. All the liminality dungeons are gone. The pairs I've done, dragons obviously done. I've got all the attribute boosting items. I have no interest in getting their other items because I'm pretty sure you can just buy them later. I have all the goblin stuff. I have all the characters, like, you know, Sanjuro, Natsume, and Gardenia. If you didn't get the Book of 1,000 Items for Grunties, you'll need to get them now. I don't know if you're right about that. The Ryu books, I'm pretty sure, unlock like whenever you pop them. Like, they're not specifically bound to a volume, I believe. Or at least that's what I recall from a GameFAQs post, as far as like missable stuff goes. Though I haven't popped my rebooks in a little while, so there might be something new there. Yeah, that might be the case in GU, but I'm pretty sure it's not the case in Infection. Or Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, Quarantine, rather. I think the Grunties and maybe Grandpa might be the only ones I don't have. Yeah, I need to hang out with Grandpa more often, I guess. Probably 10 times total. 1 Grunty raised. And I'm still missing a thing. I don't remember what that is. You can kind of tell that I didn't go to a lot of wood areas, huh? If you're wrong about missing 1 background volume 1, found on volume 4, that's gone for, I'd be hell of it. I don't think it's I think it's not missable. Hold on. .hack view books missable. Missables when I move on GameFAQs. Let's see. Oh wait, that's GU. Hold on, not GU. Let me see your grunty food. Okay, let's see here. Okay, do the Hero of Zeit challenge and get all the time gear. As Chronicling Peg and Sunny Demon would change, then you'll have a tough time getting the Zeit gear in later volumes. Also, in every possible volume, get the stat boosting books from the players in town as their inventories reset in the next volumes. Okay, so apparently I need to do the Zeit challenge. Check another link real quick to get a second opinion. Let's see here. That was not helpful. That didn't actually specify anything. So, would like to make clear that the things that are unlocked are done so sequentially, meaning that what you unlock is in order no matter what book gives you the item. So there's that. Myths, grunties, goblins, Oh, this is the same guide I was reading earlier. That was telling an interesting strategy to basically 3-shot the parasite dragon. You can give the goblin armor to like Mistral, and then give her a beast blood or warrior blood, whatever one boosts magic attack, and then have her summon goblin 3 times. And summon goblin would do between 1500 and 2000 damage each time against the parasite dragon, which is fairly amusing. Okay. So let's do this real quick. New keyword. Chronicling Pagan Sunny Demon? Do I even have? Yeah, I do. Chronicling Pagan Sunny Demon. You can't see what food you're missing? I mean, there was only one. It was literally only the one question marks in the list that I had up on screen for a while. Okay, ready? Let's go. Speed mode on. No, fuck off. Where's the entrance? Right there. We're wasting time. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't the same order. Oh, okay. At some point in my life, was also, does menu time count for the Zeit stuff?
Bloody egg! Bloody egg! Bloody egg!
Oh god, the bloody eggs of death. Go, 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 go. My analog stick is gonna be the bane of my existence here, I think. Getting stuck and then spinning through the menus is going to cause us endless pain. Also, I only have one more fairy orb. Oh god. Oh no, I don't know which way to go. What do we got? Actually, wait, I'm in a low level area. I don't need to use skills. You can just smack it in the face. Let's take a wild guess. And oh, yes, this way. We gotta put Balmung in his place. You know? Gotta knock his pride down a notch or 3. I don't think I have any more fairy orbs, right? Nope. Now we're in the guessing game part of this. Oh, yes! 208. I think we just did real good. Look at him, he's so cute. Look at his little face. Aw, he's like a little Yoshi from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Remember Yoshi from the Super Mario Brothers movie? And his scaly skin? You, remember Yoshi? And Goomba? And Princess Daisy? What a time to be alive. I have that movie on DVD. It's one of my favorite bad movies. I don't really know why I'm running back up. Just sprite will green out. Love to hate it. No, I mean, I legitimately enjoy showing that movie to people. It's and like the production of it is also hilarious because the guy who played Koopa was drunk all the time, I think him and Mario, I believe, used to be drunk on set a lot because they didn't give a shit about the movie either. Because they were like, this is the worst script on the planet. What are we even doing? It's pretty good stuff. Also, Time Blades. 99% accuracy. Oh shoot, I should have had these when I chased the goblin around. No attack, all accuracy. Also comes with Aptu. They all do. Ooh, these are better than the goblin boots. Not for resisting sleep, but all right, we're gonna wear time sandals from now on. And also, it's tempting. There's only one additional for each of those. They don't have any. They don't have any stat boosters though, or resistances rather. That reminds me of the production of the Ghost Stories anime dub. I love Ghost Stories. I want to be an Air Force Ranger. I want to live a life of danger. Imagine there's a big black man running behind you. What? Well, he's not racist. He didn't run any faster. It's such a good dub. When we actually, if you equip all the time stuff, do you get a summon like the goblin stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna assume you don't. Here, let's throw these around. Yeah, we swept it though, we got it all. So I could sell a Dante blade. I'm gonna go ahead and store the time blades away. So, the world's first officially licensed abridged series. It's good shit. It's good stuff. Alright, I'm gonna buy my usual supplies. AKA 1 Sprite Ocarina and 6 Fairy Orbs. Because then we're always prepared. There we go. Oh wait, forgot. Need to sell off some of it. Don't ever sell things that are rare. I mean, I don't plan to. But we also don't need 2 Dante blades. So, one of those is going to the trash. How much money do I even have, actually, now that I think about it? Jesus fuck. 275,540 GP. When am I ever going to use that? At what point do I actually need to start buying items? And how much is Bauman currently crying on the board? That's the real question. Aww, I was hoping they would like update it. Oh wait, it did update it. They just didn't stick a new thing in there. Master Supreme 208. I beat Bauman by 4 seconds. Wow, we were close. Well, that's pretty good. Orca's now in 3rd place. Mock Wolf, Furious Tiger. I feel like these people just made the name specifically to like LARP their way. Oh wait, those are titles, not the player name. Highlander and Sieg. Cool. I mean, it's not too hard to stock up on healing items when you just have to farm for like well water, you know? So it's not too troublesome. All right, but for realsies now, I think we're done with infection. So, as I was saying before, starting next week, I'm not going to be streaming on Mondays, or at least not at my usual time, because I have Japanese classes starting up again. So, and they go from, let me check my email. I believe they go from 7 to 8:30. Where are you? This, where did my thing go? Here it is, invitation. Level 4, Monday, February 14th. There's a time somewhere in here. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it's 7 o'clock. So, next week, rather than 7:30 streams, on Monday, they'll start at like 8:30 at the earliest. Otherwise, they will, like, my teacher, Sensei, tends to talk a little long, so sometimes they might go closer to 9, in which case the stream will probably be short, or I just won't stream that night. I'll tweet on the Pete's Eater Twitter account about whether or not I do or don't if something comes up. But we'll start mutation next Monday, or next Wednesday, depending on the class. And it will be great and fun. So, and yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for coming by. Appreciate the sign lookup, Krail. And I will catch you all later. So take it easy, have a good one, and I don't think I have a new meme for you, sadly. So, let's just have a sneeze in honor of the new Earthbound coming to Switch. Or not new, but you know what I mean. You have a meme for me? Okay. Should I wait to end the stream so that you can share with the class, or should I not? In your server. Okay, hold on. Let me go look at this real quick. Gen chat. That's pretty good. All right, hold on. Let me share this. Where are you, OBS? I've lost OBS. There it is. Boom. Beautiful. Good one to end on. Nice dad joke.